Gosh, what the hell is your problem? I used to love the hell out of the animation community, and hell, I still do love this community, although it can be pretty hard to get any recognition unless you're not constantly plugging the Odd Ones Out's name in your videos, like some people like to do. Anyway, look, I didn't want to give my opinion on this topic because I know I might piss people off, but I don't want to let that be the thing that dictates my silence. The animation community is growing, and at a pretty scary rate. I think it's slowly replacing the vlog, prank, and gaming era on YouTube. It's also becoming pretty saturated with artists, much like Minecraft and Roblox used to be saturated with little kids trying to be gamers. With that in mind, there is drama in almost every community. No, pretty much every community. While there wasn't any drama in the animation community for a while, I've recently noticed a huge rise in the amount of drama in the community. Now, I'm not saying that having opinions about people's content makes it drama, or automatically constitutes hate or being a bully. What I'm saying is that we go about voicing our opinions in a pretty shitty way.
And she found a way to mess that up. Awful. I mean, she started over a year ago, and if that's all she can do to improve, I think Chili Panda should stop drawing.
And we also go about receiving criticism in a pretty shitty way too. In this community, we do art, and art is known to be subjective, that's just a fact. I could look at some art and think, wow, that's absolutely amazing, and it looks beautiful. Someone else could look at it and say, that's not art, it's trash. I don't have to cry about it. I can just respectfully say, oh, that's cool, we can have different opinions. But I do understand that when it's your art that people are judging, the slightest input that isn't exactly positive can bring you down to a maturity level of a teenage drama queen. Animators, I just want to say, it's okay to hear about someone not liking every aspect of your art. Also, it's okay for someone to tell you a few ways that your art could be better. I think since the animation community is absolutely drowning in children, a lot of people are way too sensitive. I've struggled with this in the past, and I continue to struggle with this, but accepting criticism is the only way to grow. Look, as I said before, I really want to hear other people's opinions. I freaking love it. But your opinion ain't worth crap if you're being a doucher. Look, I don't like when I watch review channels if they're hate-driven. There are certain things you just don't say, and there are certain things that don't need your review. Sometimes it's okay to watch someone's video and you don't need to debate or pick apart or analyze someone's feelings, or make an attempt to try to legitimize someone's self-worth. Saying someone should work on their art is acceptable. Saying someone shouldn't trace, acceptable. Saying someone should just give up art, unacceptable! Just as much as you want to express your thoughts, the important thing to note is sometimes it's just best to keep them deep down until you choke or vomit on them. One thing about this whole review channel thing that pisses me off that nobody talks about is we have hella people on the side of the review channel saying things like, the animation channel's fan base is cancerous and can't handle people's opinions on their favorite animator. Yet they passive-aggressively try to discourage other people from voicing their opinions in the comment section. Within the first few minutes of any Daft Peanut upload, you can see a bunch of these people saying things like, waiting for ignorant hate comments. This person's mindless fans are gonna rush in to defend them. This, to say the least, is pretty stupid. You can't comment on a video saying that people are allowed to have their own opinions and beliefs, but then shame people for having opinions and beliefs that differ from yours. You being the first person to comment, oh, I'm waiting for a sea of hate comments, isn't going to stop people from having their own opinions. I mean, you should have seen the absolute madness for me stating my belief in a Daft Peanut comment section. Oh, hey, look at me, I predicted that somebody would have a different opinion than I had, so that automatically means anything anybody says from this point on that isn't agreeing with me, that just makes it invalid. That's it. You don't matter. Grow the fuck up. And in any one of these review videos, you can see in the comment section someone completely kissing the ass of the person reviewing someone else, just to seem like they're not one of those basic animators that are discussed in the video who can't take criticism. They want to seem like they're a cut above the rest of the animators. Hey, look, I really love your review channel. I don't think what you're saying is scummy or bad at all, even though you're saying really stupid shit. But I think it's okay, so am I not like the rest? We get it, you're an animator and you don't want to be made look bad. You want to protect your own ass, you want to protect your own image. But don't lie and tell these review channels that their criticism is actually, well, criticism, because it's not. You're just trying to play devil's advocate so that when that reviewer actually reviews your channel that they're somewhat nicer or something like that. Like, what y'all don't know is a lot of the fucking research that review channels do it entails them doing some pretty scummy shit to get information on animation channels. It really does, and that just goes unsaid for some reason. Like, nobody talks about it. Everybody wants to talk about what animation channels are doing negatively. Nobody wants to say anything about what review channels are doing negatively. Nobody spoke out against Daft Pina making a video on Jaden's eating disorder. Nobody said anything about that. That's what really pisses me off, that a lot of people would rather not say anything because they don't want to piss people off, instead of actually saying something and making a damn difference. In review channels, you're just doing this for help, right? You're not trying to get exposure, right? I don't think so. Because based on these comments,
acknowledge that it's valid and respond with an actual defense. But chances are, in the end, none of these people will even acknowledge my criticism. Honestly, none of these people will publicly say that I'm right. Deep down, I have a feeling that they know that I'm right.
Seems to me that you have an obsession with being right, or you're just that self-righteous and entitled to think that every single bit of improvement any animator makes after you decide that you're going to do a review on them means that they owe it to you that they've gotten better at all.
And most, if they so choose, will take my suggestions and implement them into their videos, just saying, I felt like changing it up.
Just because you made a review on somebody does not mean you deserve credit for them improving at all. That's like saying the sun goes down just because you said it should go down. With or without your permission, the sun will go down and it will rise. With or without you making reviews on somebody, people will improve their art style. That's just a given. That's what happens when you work at it. How self-righteous and hungry for attention can you be that you say, oh, well, a lot of animators aren't even going to credit their success to me once they improve their art style. Just because you make a review on somebody does not mean that they've seen your video. And even if they have seen your video, doesn't mean they're only going to improve because you say they should. Art is something you work at. I'm not going to say that I'm the best artist in the world. I have insecurities about my art, as do a lot of other people, and I only realized that once I started opening up to other animators in the community. But the thing is, we're going to work at it whether or not you think we should. You can make reviews calling us untalented and lazy and unoriginal all you want. And it may come off as us being triggered by your criticism, but it's not when it's actually good criticism. I know a lot of animators, including myself, who put blood, sweat, and tears into every single video they make, and they barely get that many views. Being an asshole to people about those videos that they make, and then saying, oh, it's just my internet persona, I'm supposed to come off like a jerk, doesn't cover up that you say some pretty stupid and messed up stuff. Ever since starting YouTube, a lot of us has lost sleep, we've neglected our health, we've made friends and lost friends, all over the sake of a few videos that don't really get that many views. The last thing we want is somebody hating on us and calling it criticism. But after all, much like you are entitled to have, that's just my opinion. Animators, keep doing what you're doing. Criticism does exist. You cannot run or hide from it. It will happen. But it's okay. Just keep on improving your art and try your best not to let haters drag you down. I love you guys.
Up all night, so you don't wanna wait on me. I might catch my flight, so you don't gotta wait on me. No, you don't wanna, you don't wanna, you don't wanna, you don't wanna, you don't wanna.